Okay guys, welcome to the Lat Pull Down. Today we're going to be talking about how to actually execute this lift to its utmost potential so you get the biggest lats possible. Our lats are the muscles that sit on the outsides of our back, or actually they sit all over our back, but they're more prominent when guys do a lat spread, or they look like big wings on the outsides of our back. So how do we set up for this exercise? Well, number one, I actually want you to drop this pad down a lot lower. People come in and set themselves up way too high and they lose that wedge effect that we're trying to achieve in order to create stability through our lower part of our body. So I want you to drop this down nice and low, arguably as low as it can go, so you can wedge yourself under. Now what this does is it creates stability through our lower section of our body, and we can also create a little bit of leg drive by pushing our toes up and into the pad. This will create ourselves let ourselves be nice and stable when we're doing the exercise. Also, by wedging it down, as the weight is coming down and it's lifting yourself up, you're not going to come up and out of the chair. You're going to hold yourself nice and tight, which will keep that tension through your back. All right, so let's talk about the upper point of the back. We'll grab a hold of the bar, slot in, push our heels up so we're nice and tight. Now from this position you can see that I'm in what they call an elevated position. So my scapula is trying to come up and out of my body. What we want to do, and we know that our lats do depression, so we want to pull this down. That's our first movement. So we can break this down into 3 movements. First part is scapula back and down, or scapular depression. So down with the scapula. Now, from here, I'm looking to bring my chest up nice and tall in order to create that scapular depression. So again, here I'm straight underneath the bar and my head's straight up and down. If I create a big tall chest in scapular depression, you're going to see that my chest wants to come up towards the bar. And I haven't even bent my arms yet. So again, scapular depression, down. Now we want to hold this position here, and from here we're going to pull the bar down towards our clavicle or towards our chest. So down and then squeeze our back together. Letting it come up, stretch out, create scapular elevation, back down with depression, down to our chest. 3 movements. Again, scapular elevation, depression to our chest. 1, elevation, depression to our chest. Now you'll see occasionally people will be rocking right back. That's just using momentum, and that isn't going to grow us any muscle. There's a little trick you can do with this exercise also to create a better contraction through your scapula, and that is with your hands. Pull your hands apart as if you're trying to rip the bar apart from the midline. So when I come down, I'm going to slot my legs in first, create that wedge, drive up with my toes, and my hips are going to be nice and stable. Here, I'm underneath the bar, and I'm now starting to pull the bar apart. So pull it apart, and then we go through our three points. Scapular depression to our chest, pulling the bar apart, and elevation. Come right in under the bar. Again, depression with the scapula, pull the bar apart, down to our chest. 2, 3. And then once you get the hang of this, you'll be able to go nice and smooth. Now the reason why we want to go back into an elevation, a lot of people will be like, oh, why would you go back into an elevation after you've caused you depression and you've already engaged those lats? Well, it creates a stretch through our lats in order to take the lat through the whole range of motion. We want to create that stretch, so we want it to allow it to go up and create a scapular elevation. This is where the trick comes into it, or this is, there's the saying mind-muscle connection, and that is, we still want to create or hold that tension through our lats at this position here, at scapular elevation, because we're going to be coming back down. So when we come back up, we're actually going to keep that tension on and back down, tension on, back down, even though we've allowed our scapula to come back up and create that stretch effect. That'll come with a bit of practice and a bit of time, but in order to do that, what you can do is have a partner or a friend keep their fingers on your back. That creates a positive feedback loop so that you can feel the muscle that you're trying to engage. Another point is you can just simply stay in scapular depression until you get full control over your lats. So say that you can't, when you get to this point, you can't quite feel your lats or you're starting to get some shoulder pain, just keep in scapular depression, come down and back up, come down, back up, until you can control those lats over and over and over again. Guys, that is how you perform your lat pull down to get the most bang for your buck. Things to be aware of is make sure that you're not using momentum. So because you are driving up with your legs, you're going to want, you can create a leverage point using your body, just like most people do when they do a seated row, and you can be seen to rock back. Make sure that your rock isn't a rock, but it's rather scapular depression, and you're coming up like so. Scapular depression and up. Make sure we ain't tilting back and forward. They're the things to watch out for, team. You can go under or over, neither here nor there. You'll get a bit more bicep activation when you go under the bar versus over the bar. But remember our tip that you can pull the bar apart and you'll get a better contraction through your scapula and also through your lats. That is the lat pull down, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.